Hi, I'm Craig with Logitech. Today, we're excited to talk about a product that we just announced called Rallyboard 65 and how it's been purposefully designed for a number of different Microsoft Teams rooms and spaces throughout your office. So, Rallyboard 65. It's an all-in-one solution that brings the stunning audio and video that you've come to know and love from Logitech together with a 65-inch display that's also a touchscreen. Now, it's this combination of things that together with Microsoft Teams makes it the perfect fit for a number of different scenarios. So, what I thought I'd do for this video is take a walk through our headquarters with a colleague of mine, and we're going to show you the different ways that we're deploying it in our own space. First, let's take a look at the open spaces that we have at our headquarters in San Jose, California, and how we're deploying Rallyboard 65. Now, we love our collaboration zones in open spaces because they allow our employees to just walk up and start a meeting. So, here in this space, we've positioned Rallyboard 65 at the front of this standing table with a space between so that employees can use the touchscreen display as a whiteboard during their meetings. Next, let's look at another open space concept, but with some variation. Here, it's a sitting space, and the table is right up against the device. So in this scenario, our employees aren't using the whiteboard functionality, and we want to ensure a level camera placement for people sitting at the table. So we've used the flip functionality of the Rallyboard 65 to bring the camera below the display. And really, it's your choice. Huddle spaces, standing, sitting tables, no tables, whiteboard. The point here is that not all open spaces are the same. So the call out is that Rallyboard 65 has been designed with the flexibility to match all the different scenarios that we encounter when we're in open spaces. Next, let's look at some of our rooms at headquarters and all the ways that our device enables engaging and collaborative video conference experiences in those spaces. So let's start in a standard meeting room. Just like our previous example, it's more about enabling a high-quality video conference experience for the people sitting around the table and less about the touchscreen experience. So in this scenario, we've placed the Rallyboard on the wall and we're positioning the camera below the display. Also in this room, we've paired the Rallyboard 65 with a Tap IP to bring the meeting controls to the table. Now, the call out here beyond the placement of the device is also the ease of installation. Here in this space, we've enabled both an ultra-simple deployment option, mount to the wall, connect to power and data, and also a high-quality video experience. Next, I want to take a look at a room that we typically use as teams come on site to collaborate and brainstorm. Now, each team may want to configure and use the room differently, so let's look at a few examples. In these scenarios, you're seeing that we've kept the Rallyboard 65 on its cart so that we can move it around the room and flip the camera placement depending on the type of meeting. Now, in this example, we have the tables and chairs put in classroom style with a presenter at the front. And so here, we've kept the camera above the display. And then we've changed the orientation of the tables in this new example, so we put the chairs on both sides to simulate more of a team meeting format. Now here, with no standing presenter, we moved the camera below the display to level the camera height to the people who are sitting around the tables. And then finally, we moved out all of the tables and put the chairs in a half circle. But here, since we're using the whiteboard, we flipped the board and once again, put the camera above the display. Now finally, I want to make a call out on the speed and simplicity of installing a Rallyboard 65. So imagine those scenarios where you have a satellite office and you just want a device that's ultra simple to set up. You might have recently heard about Express Install for Microsoft Teams rooms. The idea here is to provide a streamlined, quick, and easy installation option so that organizations can get the full Teams rooms experience up and running quickly and at scale. So with Rallyboard 65, Express installation is exactly as we described. Simply bring it into the room. In the example I'm showing here, we're using the included tabletop mount, but as shown, you can keep it on a cart or you can mount it to a wall. Then you're just going to connect to power and data and you're all set. In the example we're showing here, we actually installed it in this room ourselves, and for this example, it really just took us a couple minutes. Now, a quick note before we close. For all of our use cases we presented, Rallyboard 65 can be deployed as a Teams Rooms on Android device, or, coming soon, as a Teams Rooms on Windows device. Now, specific to deployment as a Teams Rooms on Windows device, we're working closely with Microsoft to certify Rallyboard 65 as a touchscreen display with Windows. So stay tuned, and we'll put out another video covering that experience later on. Okay, so that's it for today. You can see that we've really thought about all the different types of spaces throughout the office. Open spaces, meeting rooms, modular rooms, whiteboard rooms. The point here is that Rallyboard 65 is designed with the flexibility to do it all. So there's going to be lots more to come about this device. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time.